People ask me all the time what's been my biggest emotional challenge since getting divorced. And I have to say that it's come to the realization of how replaceable I was in my marriage. And what I've seen and learned through watching this happen was that I wasn't special. That it didn't matter if it was me or just someone else who...
I don't want this crap. You might as well give it to somebody else.
Women do initiate far more divorces than men. I wonder why that is.
Thinking that you are irreplaceable is a delusion on another level. This is the case of a woman who was shocked after realizing her ex was able to replace her easily. She initially thought he would struggle and potentially beg to have her back, but as he got another woman, she couldn't believe it. She always thought he couldn't do better, and that's why she is so shocked.
People ask me all the time what's been my biggest emotional challenge since getting divorced. And I have to say that it's come to the realization of how replaceable I was in my marriage. You know, a big part of why I left and became unhappy in my marriage is because I did not feel seen, heard, celebrated, and valued for who I was and what I brought to that relationship. And it became very apparent in my divorce that that was true. When I left my ex-husband, he was apparently devastated. I ruined his life. But within 2 months, he was already in another long-term relationship, then overlapped with a second relationship, which has now lasted 2 years. And what I've seen and learned through watching this happen was that I wasn't special. That it didn't matter if it was me or just someone else who was filling the role that he needed to be filled in his life.
It always amazes me when they mention not being celebrated. Was she celebrating him? That's the type of thing she should consider, because a lot of people expect to receive things they are not willing to give, but for some reason, they feel entitled to it. Receiving is reserved for givers.
As long as someone was going to come and slide right into my position and keep everything in his life exactly the same, it didn't matter who it was. It didn't matter if it was me or someone else. He needed that role to be filled, and that's all that mattered. And so part of me feels validated because I knew I wasn't celebrated and cherished for who I was. I can see that now because all of those years that I committed to the marriage were turned off in a dime because I didn't follow the role he wanted me to.
Love how she's lecturing us from the big fancy house he paid for and she kept. She's just mad she was so easily replaced. When women finally realize they're not any more special than the rest of us, maybe relationships will prosper again, but I'm not going to hold my breath. My wife always points out how these women only provide you with one side of the story. So many of her friends' marriages failed because the women didn't invest in the man. The real issue is how easy it is for her ex-husband to date other women, and she's finding out at age 45. The idea of feeling special is the reason a lot of people neglect their relationship, as it places the person in a position where they feel like they don't have to do much, they only do the bare minimum. But on the flip side, expect everything from the other person. Most of them end up being disappointed and regret their decision because after leaving their partner thinking that he will suffer, they quickly realize that he can find someone else quickly, and sometimes it seems like an upgrade, and this is what hurts modern women the most. This is the moment they start realizing they should have done more than they did in their relationship. That's the time reality shows itself. She left thinking he would struggle to find another person, and that's why she was shocked when he proved her wrong. Since she divorced him, he has been busy living his best life, and I bet she wasn't able to replace him, because if that was the case, she wouldn't have made this video. Apparently, it's difficult for her to see her ex striving. At this point, it seems like she regrets divorcing him, as it's not easy for women to see another woman taking the spot that once was theirs, especially when they think they are irreplaceable. She really thought and expected him to chase her, but as it didn't happen, she was shocked, and this is when she realized that he had no problems replacing her. This is just another reminder that we should take care and value what we have. Taking it for granted can be a mistake, because one day it can be given to someone else, and this is the moment most will regret not appreciating what they had. But she will use her experience to help other women in her surroundings. She will be able to help them make a better decision.
Sometimes modern women need to see some signs to help them understand and see the good man they have by their side. In the next video, the woman only saw the value of her partner when she saw the number of women who are on the side waiting for their opportunity to have him.
Fuck you, nigga. Find another bitch to do it. Goodbye. What the fuck? Really? Baby, I'm sorry. I forgive you.
This is a smart woman. She knew her place would be quickly filled, and it made her change her mind. Apparently, having options can help modern women understand the value of what they have. I am telling you, they only act right when they know they can be replaced. She said one of the rarest words in the woman's dictionary. I'm sorry. I'm glad she recognized and realized. It's more about losing a possession than wanting to build a partnership. Just shows you that the authentically, overtly, and demonstratively faithful-minded man is the easier to leave because it's no women there as replacement threats. Pretty sure he wasn't looking for forgiveness. Unfortunately, most women are not that quick when it comes to the realization that they are leaving a good man. Usually, they only realize it when it's a bit late, when another woman already has him, like the first case in this video where she was surprised when her ex replaced her quickly. This specific scene shows that modern women appreciate their man more when they know he is an option, and this is the reality in many cases. This is also the reason they allow Chad to get away with a lot more things, or they even change or adjust their boundaries for those guys because they know that he has a lot of options and can easily replace them. For those who are able to give their wives the opportunity to understand that you have some options on the corner, apparently, you are helping your relationship, as it will help your partner to see your value and appreciate having you in her life.
Always make sure you know what you're doing before doing it. It's just a recommendation to avoid disappointment. The next scene represents the reality of many people. They leave their partner only to regret it after seeing them with someone else.
I don't want this crap. You might as well give it to somebody else.
This is the most interesting part of this clip. That look was priceless. The girl in the car was internally telling her, "Your spot is gone. But don't worry, since you don't want him anymore, I will take him." That window slide down was wicked. He silently responded, "I'd bet, say less." There are 7 times more women in this world than there are men. You can always find a nice girl around the corner. You ain't fight for her love? He showed her he can do better. Good for him. She thought nobody would want him or he would struggle, but her energy changed drastically when she realized another woman was waiting for her opportunity. Her place had already been taken. This is the moment most of them changed their minds, and it's when they realized that actually, he wasn't that bad after all. The best part was the windows slowly sliding down. That was gold on its own. The woman in the car wanted to let her know that she didn't have to worry about anything related to him, as he would be well taken care of.
Women do initiate far more divorces than men. I wonder why that is. I think it might have something to do with the fact that men are really happy to have some. I think it might have something to do with the fact that men are really happy to have some.
So based on her logic, they initiate divorce because men are happy. It doesn't make any sense. What does man's happiness has to do with the fact that you want to leave him? Would she stay if her husband was sad?
They need to clean their house, cook their food, wash their laundry, raise their little sons, and suck their... And we're not leaving because we're bored or we want somebody else. We're leaving because we actually want to enjoy our lives. Ladies, if we just stop breeding with narcissists, this whole genetic pool will die off in a couple thousand years. The future will thank us.
You are aware of these things before you get married. Also, the divorce rate is high even in lesbian marriages. Who do you blame there? Y'all are leaving because the benefits from divorce. Girl, please. You don't even sound like you can use a microwave. You probably think Fabuloso is something you brush your teeth with. I agree. We work and they enjoy. If y'all leave asking for nothing, men will help you pack. I didn't know that a happy spouse would somehow make wives leave the relationship. I thought that was the goal of most couples. I thought that we come together to complete and support each other in any way we can, but for some reason, she confirmed that women are also living because their husbands are happy. I can honestly say it was a new thing to me. I didn't know they were also living for this reason. The best part is when someone asks her why she left her husband, and she replies, "I left him because he was too happy." That would be interesting. Tell me you had a bad experience in your past relationship without telling me. She definitely went through some hard times, and it's something she still wasn't able to overcome, and now she decided to spread this information out, as if this is the reality of most relationships. Did you notice she only mentioned their contribution? She didn't mention the things he does for the family. It's like he doesn't contribute at all, but we all know it's not the case. Most men do a lot for their families. The majority of us work daily to provide for and protect our loved ones, but it's something she forgot to mention.
This is the end of another interesting video. I hope you like it. Check the video on the screen, we have selected it for you, and don't forget to subscribe on your way out.